Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, dear viewers. I'm currently standing in the exhibition marquee at the National Ijtima this year. There's many different exhibitions being held this year for the entertainment of the attendees as well as the viewers watching at home. As I walk backwards, on my right hand side, there's a beautiful exhibition created by the Jamia students of Canada on the two different eras of the Khulafa. And as I walk backwards, I have two students of Jamia Ahmadiyya Canada with me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Before we begin, just introduce yourselves for the viewers at home and explain exactly what you guys are presenting at this exhibition.
So my name's Aruf Bajwa and I'm presenting Khilafat Ahmadiyya, and here we have
My name is Noman Ahmed, and today I'm presenting the Khulafa Rashidin.
Amazing stuff. And just briefly, not too much detail, but for the viewers at home so they know exactly what they can find at this exhibition. I'll start with you, Aruf Saab. What is the area that you're presenting?
So I'm doing Khilafat Ahmadiyya. So basically we have, after the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam, the establishment of Khilafat. So as we all know, the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam states that I am the first manifestation of God, and after me there will be some people that will carry out the second manifestation, and that is Khilafat. So Hakeem Maulvi Nuruddin Raziyallahu anhu, he fulfilled that, and the exhibition shows his lifespan and all his works throughout his Khilafat. Then we move on to the promised son, Hazrat Muslim Maud Raziyallahu anhu, and the works he established. And then we have Hazrat Mirza Nasir Ahmad Raziyallahu anhu, and then Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad Rahmatullah alayh, and then Hazrat Khalifat al-Masih al-Khamis Ayyada Ta'ala bin Aziz, and what works up to date he has done, and the stuff that's been happening within his Khilafat time period.
Jazakallah, Aruf Saab. You mentioned obviously the Khilafat of Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam, the Khilafat that we are currently living through with Hazrat Khalifat al-Masih al-Khamis. Jazakallah. Noman Saab, I'll move on to you. Explain for the viewers at home exactly the area of the exhibition that you're presenting.
So today we are presenting the Khulafa Rashidin. So right after the demise of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, obviously Allah Ta'ala did not want to leave the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam be left in darkness. So there was a second manifestation as promised again, and it was actually the first manifestation that was blessed to the ummah of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the very first Khalifa who became the Caliph was Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and he was the person who affirmed the death of every prophet, including the Prophet Jesus, Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, when he recited the verse Ma kana Muhammadun aba ahadun min rijalikum. And that was the point when Sahaba realized that really the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had passed away. Then we come to Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and the amazing administration he had established, and his excellent leadership. Then Hazrat Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and we know from the events that occurred that was the point within Islam that when different
people started creating disorders, and then we move on to Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu's time period, and that Khilafat time period has a special event in history as Khilafat came to an end. And today, once again, Khilafat is re-established, right? And no eye or ear has ever heard, but as Ahmadis, we're blessed that we have Khilafat within us, So this is what we've shown out here, the exhibition, and people should really come along and see. This is something to see.
I can't even imagine how much time, effort and work you guys put in, as well as the other Jamia students, into creating such an amazing exhibition on Khilafat. Obviously, we know Khilafat is the rope of Allah. Jazakallah for your time. You took time out of your busy schedules for this segment today. For now, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear viewers, we're going to move on in this exhibition marquee. We're going to move on to an area that a lot of Khudam brothers come to in order to maybe attain more knowledge or take home some knowledge, and that is, of course, the bookstore. The bookstore this year, we're going to get a little bit more an understanding of what books are available for the purchase of the Khudam brothers. But as we move on, we're going to take a quick glimpse on what books are available. Obviously on a variety of different topics. You have religious knowledge, you have books of the Khulafa, you have Islamic jurisprudence, copies of the Quran, various translations of the books of the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam, whether they're in English or the original Urdu, which is known as Ruhani Khazain. As we walk towards this way, we actually have Sheikh Wadud Saab showing the various Khudam brothers exactly what books are for purchase. Sheikh Wudu Sahib, if you have some time, the Khudam brothers watching online, they want to know exactly what books are for purchase this year for their knowledge or for them to take home. First of all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Jazakumullah for coming over. So this book stall we have arranged for Khudamul Ahmadiyya and Itfalul Ahmadiyya. The most books which are being sold right now are number one, Tafsir Kabir, the newly printed Tafsir Kabir, and the split word translation by Hazrat Mir Muhammad Ishaq Sahib radiyallahu anhu. And for Itfal, we have made various book bundles for them for various age groups, for 7 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 to 15, and it's much easier for them to pick up those 5, 10 books and take it with them.
That's amazing. Wudu Sahib, if also, if there's a book, Khudam brothers usually ask, give us a book that, you could recommend to us so that, whether it's easy or, for their basic knowledge or basic reformation, if you could just list maybe 5, 6 books that they could maybe find at the bookstore that they can take home.
Right. So the first book that I will recommend for Khudam is the English translation of Mashalera, Beacon for the Youth. It has been translated by Majlis Khudamul Ahmadiyya UK, and Hazur specially mentioned it. So, and that's one of the top selling book here today. Second book that I would recommend is Life of the Prophet Muhammad. It has been written by Hazrat Maulvi Abdul Karim Sahib Sialkoti radiyallahu anhu. And then there are smaller books that of Khalifa Thani radiyallahu anhu, Signs of the Living God, 10 Proofs of the Living God, Muhammad, the Great Exemplar. So those are the books that I would recommend for Khudam to begin with.
Jazakallah Wudu Sahib, you took time out of your busy schedule as well. And I appreciate, the Khudam are also going to appreciate that are watching live right now exactly, how they can attain that knowledge. If they're watching online or if they are going to come to the bookstore, then they know exactly what books to look for. Jazakallah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear viewers, you just heard exactly what books, you can come and look for in order to gain your knowledge, gain your spirituality, gain your faith in Islam. Specifically, he gave the examples of the translation of Mashalera, which are obviously such an important book for Khudam who need that little bit of guidance, a little bit of spiritual uplift in order to, outtake their duties, their responsibilities that Hazrat Muslim Maud Raztallah Anhu created Majlis Khudam al-Ahmadiyya Canada for. There are other parts of this exhibition, but we'll come to you at a later time and show you exactly that specific part. And that, of course, whether you know or you don't know, is the review of religions. And inshallah, we'll come back to that part of the exhibition in a later segment. But for now, back to the MKA studios in Peace Village, Canada. From myself, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.